Check. Nice scientists transmitting live and direct from Villatron. Max Batal on the beat. Yoga, mic controller, rhymes of reality, they pierce the veil, like how she removed her veil. Residents of the 12th Street Hell, Capitol Hill, rappers still want record deals. In 2018, spoke my mind, now they silent when I'm seen. Truth is king. Knowledge itself reigns supreme. Life between Lumumba, crooked politicians, politicking, Federal Reserve notes, not backed by gold and silver. She's white collar, a killer, the best in the field. Antarctica deals, treaties, it's beneath you, hidden under the ice. Unseen realms like poltergeist, necromancy, fancy clowns. Sankofa, we practice street yoga like Mujahideen. Slay demons with Arabian swords, rolling through the area illuminated. Inner being like Illuminati, peep the inner plot. Research Adam West Hop and his son, so the sun don't chill Allah. All seeing eyes, poisonous chemtrails, maritime law sets the key trust. And demonic entities say trust. Rhymes burst, blazing trails. So rap is a straight path, still in the spacecraft. In the skies, Umarian grays, fallen angels, evasive. They wanna erase us and rewrite our story of us, changing it to history. Look back.
Beretta yoga, ease back your mind to move forward now. Beretta yoga, look back in time to move forward now. Beretta yoga, ease back your mind to move forward now. Beretta yoga, look back in time to move forward now.
Transfer complete. Transfer complete.
Check. Hello? Check, check, check. 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 Anybody hear me? sorry for sorry for slapping the mic. Hello? Anybody there? Anybody gonna pick up? Anybody home? Got to be one of the live streams I have ever. Today has made me want to throw in a towel. Baby, got it. Go home, pack it up. But all alone. I don't know what's going on with my shit, but like I'm a little annoyed today. Just a tad bit. You know, whenever you want to do something positive and you're not in the best of situations, best of spirits, you can almost rest assured that that devil, demon, whatever you want to call it, will show its face. It's almost apparent anytime you are wanting to do something, wanting to do something good. Depending on who you are, you might deal with this on a regular basis. Sometimes I gotta take a pause, breath, and a sigh. Let the energy go. Hopefully it can release itself. That's the hope. You want it to release itself, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it never happens, especially the way we want it to happen. But that's life, shit. They say that's life. It's interesting because I've been preparing to do some things for quite some time, and It almost seems like every time I would set out to do something, positivity in regards to my brand or business, things that are very important, I have something or someone, some type of energy that tries to stop that. I'm not going to even say tries. I am going to be honest and say that quite some time this shit has been defeated. But I have not lost the fucking battle because I'm still here and I'm still in the game. I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. That's one motherfucking thing the devil ain't gonna do is stop me from breathing. It will not remove the life from me. But as I said, when we set out to do things, our mindset, especially if it's higher cause or higher purpose, you'll have to deal with all types of energy at you, all types of directions. A lot of times it comes that we love. Family, friends, whether it's business partnerships. I guess that's the basis of all relationships. I think this shit is out. Designed to make you feel lesser than. Designed to make you feel alone and in darkness. One of the things we should always know is that we're never in darkness. Well, I'm not going to say we're not in darkness, but we're never alone unless we allow ourselves, put ourselves in a situation to be alone. And that is something that I can actually do to myself, which is isolate. But I've learned that isolation isn't always the best thing. Because in isolation, you do not get the lessons that you need to get in regards to communicate with other people. We miss things. We miss the change we're supposed to undergo when we isolate. Because who do we have? What do we have to actually sit in that isolation? What do we have that's grounding us other than ourselves? And we can't be so difficult to think that we can provide everything that we need for ourselves. We can provide the grounding that we need only, specifically without any tests, trials, any tribulations, any type of obstacle. Foolish to think we can be alone. None of this ever come into our lives. And it may not, but that just goes to learn. About whether the learning is about stepping away from the world. Because we were born into the world. How are we going to isolate ourselves from something that we were born into? We're supposed to come here, figure out the purpose. You know, there's things that you do in between, but, you know, we're here for a reason. I think each and every one of us, our duty is to figure out what that reason is. And it's not for anyone to tell you what that reason is. It's for you to figure out what that reason is. I mean, you know, I think I've said this before. We're not just here to get up and go to work and do some bullshit here and there. None of that really appeases us. It doesn't appease the soul. It definitely doesn't appease the spirit. It's only to another man or human pockets. Commerce, to be exact. Talking about a lot of different things. A whole lot of things. Initially, I had a bunch of stuff in the description box. Different events that have taken place in pop culture. Additionally, I think the original title I had for this live this morning was, this is before I changed it, Iced Out Savage, and the apology to rule them all. I'm talking about, of course, I'm talking about 21 Savage in this situation with Ice. But the apology to rule them all, I was speaking of Dame Dash, particularly. That's what I initially was going to cover with this live. Play some music before I got started, and I did. The music that I played, all of that was my music, produced by me, with the exception of Beretta Yoga. I think was one of the last few tracks that I played with the MC. His name is Ninth Scientist. That song is actually on his album. It should be releasing this year, 2019. We did the vocals for that last year, and that was actually an unmixed version. So that's why my vocals are mad louder than his. But I just played it anyway because I don't like the final mix. I don't know. I didn't like the final mix. I didn't do it. I had some issues with it. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to work, in terms of my music, certain sound, certain way that I record. I felt like when I got it back, it wasn't where I needed it to be vocally. In terms of, he just took parts out and put them in places where it really irritated the shit. Maybe I know, but man, oh, I made a video some time ago. And I titled it "I Slay Demons," and one of the reasons why I say that shit a lot, is because it's the truth. Throughout my life, I have often dealt with like energy. I particularly think that it is a certain thing that has been following me throughout my life, for whatever reason. But I really think it is doing the things that I have plans to do. And I know mostly everybody has things that they want. I definitely do a good, not for myself, very good. I feel like not necessarily. I said humanity to be nice, but I'm not necessarily worried about humanity as a whole. I'm more so specifically worried or care. I care for my people. So those are the people that matter to me most. I'm not saying that the world doesn't matter. It does, but you got to start small at a time. And like I am a more first before I am anything. I am a more first. The second thing I am is a woman. That is the second thing that I am. The third thing I am, my mother's child. And I could go on and on and on and on with my list. First and foremost, I'm a Moorish woman. So my issues always start there. My next set of issues will probably be woman centered. But I don't know feminist shit. I don't get down like that. I don't get down with that thought process. Like that. I'm not necessarily Xing out those who do. I just don't go along with it. Not my bag. I prefer not to have a white woman tell me how to think. That is just my fucking thought process. Excuse me if I pissed you off or made you mad when I make that statement, but it's just what it is. Prefer not to have a white woman tell me how to think and how to be when it comes to the opposite gender and when it comes to the rest of my people. That's just that's all love. That is all love. Going on. So I'm finally looking at the chat. What's happening, Neutral? You know what? I'm supposed to email you. I'm not a piece of crap. I've just been in transition, major transition, but I'm definitely going to email you. And I also got an email Phenomenal Mommy as well. So if she checks this out, I got your email. Definitely. That's why I didn't approve the comment. I just got your email and I put it on file for myself and I deleted the comment so I wouldn't have to put it out publicly. But anyway, definitely talk Tommy, I'm gonna email you because I definitely like your flow. So I like to do some stuff. I'm gonna send you like a couple of beats because I got a couple of ideas for some projects. We'll talk about like in detail what it what I want to do with it or whatever. But I got some ideas stuff that I do, and also I got to put out some projects this year. So I'm really like looking for a couple of people with that are serious. So that was one of the reasons why I hit you up and I said what I said because I saw you in the studio actually doing something. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, something back, what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna go like next week. I'm not really on that tip. So I will tell you if we working, we working. If I say I'm going to have this finished by such and such, I'm gonna have it finished by such and such. I work with deadlines when it comes to my music. Everything else in life, you can call it. You can hang it up. You can hang it up. And it's a sad, sad thing. But I'm like, when it comes to my music, I try to be as on point as I possibly can. So like I said, as far as the rest of life, I don't know. I'll be fucking that up. I'm just going to be honest. I don't really fuck it up that bad. But, hey, Valme. If I didn't say that, I thought I said, but I think that was from the other live, which I don't know what the hell happened to that. It just like everything just started. I don't know. Everything on my end just started going slow. But I did get a rude awakening because I forgot I was. I forgot I'm in a different place. Internet is different. I don't really have control of the internet. Right, I'm right now. So yeah, I had to figure everything. Back office and kind of come from a different platform instead of using my OBS. This is working. Far so good. We'll see how long this goes. Anyway, um, yeah. So like for the last week, the whole 21 Savage thing had been on my mind. And just say much love to that brother. Happy to definitely see you out. Say if that is really you. Anyway, other subject. Because I'm not one of those people. I don't really into the cloning shit. I'm not into the yeah. I'm not really into that. Into because there are only two cases in which I feel conflicted about when it comes to cloning shit. Those are the only two cases that I have been very unsure because of some of the physical things on the body are somewhat different. I have a mixed feeling about it, but for me, that's a hard topic. Put that in the bag with UFOs and shit because those for me, I find those things hard because I don't really know what it is. I don't know what my thought process is. Is it sound? Let me ask you: is the sound cutting in and out? Can you hear me clear? Okay, I think trying to see if it's okay. I need a let me know if I'm going in and out because I have my headphones half on because I didn't want to put them on. You hear it through the mic. Okay, let's see something. See, I'm over here trying to do some shit. I'm over here trying to engineer a session and shit with my interface. So I don't know what I can't really hear myself back and the playback is mad slow. What about now? What about now? All right. Anyway, I don't even know where I stopped with that thing. I don't even know where I was what I was speaking on in regards to Savage. Anyway, I was a lightweight talking about fake ass cloning that I don't really necessarily believe in or agree with. Um, I just think that it's one of those obscure, bizarre topics that people kind of take and they run with it without having a full fledged set of what is it? Because I hate the freaking word receipts. Okay, uh, just having facts about it, like just having full fledged facts, and it's hard to verify what those facts are because the information has been so um, bastardized. It's been changed a lot, so we don't really know what's the truth and what is when it comes to that. So, like I said, I file that under UFOs, unidentified fucking. Uh, I wish it was I, so I could say information. Unidentified fucking other shit. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm not really into that. But I said all that to say, when I saw one of the first pictures of his release, my first thoughts was, damn, the dude been gone for 9 days. How the hell is fucking dreads grow in that short amount of time? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping. It might just be, a little bit of time lapse in between when the video was shot and when I last saw him, because I've always followed him on IG. So that's the first thing. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I've looked at the Insta snaps, stuff like that. So when I saw this picture of his release, like, damn, that brother's hair got a little longer while he was in that joint. What the hell happened? Like, well, I mean, I'm trying to understand what goes down. What goes down in nine? What goes down in 9 days that will allow your hair to grow that fast? Somebody tell me. Hit me up and let me know. As some people be like, I need answers. I need answers. I need you to tell me today what the hell happened. Somebody tell me, because I know one of y'all know out there. Did he get the silky grow? Did he get hair food? What happened in this situation? No, seriously. But on a serious note, with this situation with Savage, I found this absolutely, I just found it absolutely amazing. The story as yours. I'm trying to understand, when did being from the UK not make you real enough to be, I'm just gonna go and use the fucking term for shits and giggles. When did being from the UK not make you black enough? Somebody fucking tell me. Because I just want to let you guys know, initially, the Moors in Europe civilized Europe. What does that tell you? That they were more civilized than the actual people that were from there. They had to come in and show them how to live properly. Meaning you can no longer sleep, shit, and eat with your animals. Who fucking does that? We came through that motherfucker and showed y'all how to actually light this bitch up. Because you was living in darkness. Oh, yes, you was. We came through there and showed you the way. So I'm trying to understand, how are we so sick as black people in today's time, in 2019, we will sit here and say that this same brother isn't real. He got more freedom than you do. I think that's what you're really mad at. He has more freedoms than you do. Because guess what? He has a nationality intact. You do not. That's really the topic. That's really what we should be talking about. Because guess what? The brother been here since he was 6. Living on the east side, zone 6, ATL. Okay? I told y'all numerous times. I used to go over there buy my weed. Matter of fact, well, I lived in College Park for quite some time, but that's a little further away. How you gonna? There was still an experience that this young man experienced here in this country, and that experience shaped who he is. Who are you to call that fake when you don't even know who the fuck you are? You still calling yourself black. Who are you to say that he is fake? Who are you to take sides with an agent that don't give a shit about you? The same people that's locking Mexicans and other people up for nothing. People that have been here for 30, 40, 50 years. They're taking these people and detaining these folks for no reason at all. Because we are under the rulership of an idiot. Period. And that's an idiot that doesn't care about any of you guys' life. So why would I side with this fool? This is another thing that drives me freaking crazy. How are we as people of color to sit here and say who shouldn't be here, who should, in that regard, what black person should be here in this country, and what, I really don't even understand it. Like I said, well, you haven't even got your identity together. How in the hell can you sit here and make these statements? You know not who you are. When we do not know who we are, we don't have a right to say anything. You sit back, shut up, and start to learn something. Figure out who you are first. That's bringing me to this. I also had in the description, first topic was, are you who you say you are? I said, Nekaybaaw, why are you talking like this today? For one, I'm gonna be honest, I'm in a place where I'm extremely angry about a lot of different things. But everything that I say, I mean everything that I say. Back the shit up, the things that I say. Whether you like it or not. Whether you hate it or not. Whether you love it or not. I'll ever sit around and talk about anything or do anything that I am not or haven't done before. That's what I mean by, are you who you say you are? You know how many live streams, you know how many pages and shit that I have come across of people sitting up here on their live talking about things that they cannot even speak on, and they're stumbling through the fucking live because they can't even formulate the thought process because they haven't yet taken the walk through that lesson. You hadn't taken that journey. You cannot speak on something that you have not journeyed through. I'm sorry. That goes for all of us. That's just like me sitting here talking to you about sewing up a pair of pants when I have not sewed up a damn thing a day in my life. I ain't even needled a fucking button in a coat. But I'm going to sit up here and give you instructions on needling a bullet through a coat. Like, what the fuck do I look like? That's like me getting on this motherfucker talking about I'm a vegan, and the next thing you know, I'm cooking a brown ass steak. Get the fuck out of here with that. Are you who you say you are? Absolutely not. It takes growth to be what you say and stand on it, ride on it. Because most guaranteed, when you say you are who you are, you will be tested. I know I have numerous times. I'm tested on a daily basis. And guess what? I'm still here, standing. And it doesn't matter what you say, what you do, I'm going to still be here, even long before you will. Yeah, that was personal. Some of the shit I'm saying today is very personal. And it ain't for nobody on YouTube. Let's be clear. So anybody weird running up with their bullshit, whatever. Whatever. But as a matter of fact, today is actually a good day. I'm here for it. Whatever, Anyone has anything to say or want to talk about anything, definitely I'm totally open for anyone. Come one, come all, goddammit. I'm totally open. Because you ain't going to get this too often. This is actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna leave it up or not. It just depends on where I am, on where this goes. But you know, I have a lot going on. But that whole are you who you that shit right here is bugging me out for a minute because even though I've stepped away from YouTube, I try to check in every now and then. Probably as of late, I probably listen to like a couple of people. Um, I definitely veered away from a lot of UK street people, and you know, just kind of going back in my own world of where I came from in YouTube. I've been on this bitch for 10 years. I just kind of ventured back into other lands and where I'd been, you know, before Kanika even happened. But you know, in so doing, I have peeked my head and some of the people that I follow from K Street. Some of the shit I just don't like what I'm seeing. A lot of us are self-destructing because we don't have any negativity to freaking report on. We don't have anything to talk about. We don't have anybody to beef with. And so some of us want to be in beefs, which is very weird to me. Like I don't even understand that aspect. Why do you want to beef with somebody? I don't even understand that shit. Like that is like you would want to be peaceful. But here's the thing. That's the funny to it though. The same motherfuckers that want to beef are the same people that talk peace to you. That's why I told y'all a long time ago that peace doesn't actually mean to be still. Peace is a military tactic used as a war strategy. Okay? Want to challenge me on that? Because that's real. That shit don't mean to be still. Some pastor done told your ass that you took it and you ran with it. That's not what that is. This is why I'm saying to you, are you who you say you are? And I'm saying that you're not, because you haven't gone far enough in whatever you're doing to realize that you're hitting a brick wall. But I'm here to tell y'all that some of y'all are hitting the brick wall and you're doing it publicly. Log out. How about that? Hit the stop button on the live because you are self-destructing in real time. Y'all have already seen people self-destruct on the internet. You already saw that. And it's still happening with that one person. He stays self-destructing. That was what the fuck anyway. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? People are self-destructing right before our eyes. And a lot of us are sitting back and looking at it as entertainment. Instead of saying, sister, brother, log the fuck off. Go get some rest. Go spend some time with your family, your children. Go get your children back. Whatever you need to do. We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing with each other. We're sitting back and we're looking at this shit as some means of entertainment. That's the reason why we could get on the IG. We like the shade room. We like all this bullshit. We want to hear about everybody else's lives except for our own. Because we're really miserable inside. We ain't happy. And I'm not giving you my fucking story. This is what I see. I can honestly tell you the things that I'm unhappy about in my life. And I can tell you how I'm planning to rearrange that or how I've moved that out or how I've done this or this, that, and the third. But best believe you never see me hit that live button and get on here and self-destruct. You never see me get on here, hit the live button because I'm replacing it for something else that I lack, contrary to your fucking belief. I don't need to come to a live when I'm upset about something. That is the most absolute ridiculous thing that you could ever fucking utter to me. Sometimes people need a break from bullshit. Sometimes people need a break from negativity. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Because I know you're listening. It's all bullshit. I am not going to come to a place like YouTube Live, pour out my life for a bunch of people that do nothing but stab each other in the back. We have literally been here for over a year and you guys haven't built a damn thing. Majority of you sit here on lives talking about the same shit. Like, it's amazing to me. I can click into a live and you still talking about the same shit you was talking about this same time, this time last year. That to me shows stagnant behavior. You are stagnant. In fact, I need to play my song Stagnant Green for your ass. Because you ain't moving. You're going nowhere fast. And that ain't specific. That's for everybody that's doing that. A lot of us that's caught up in shit. And it's hard for us to move forward. It's hard for us to propel ourselves forward. It's hard for us to create content for our channels. But we can't even get a good placeholder picture for our shit because we're too busy trying to be beefing over here and creating dumb, stupid ass cartoons with this person's voice and that person's shit. That shit's stupid as fuck. You know why that's dumb? Because your talents could be used for something greater. You know how long I've been talking about trying to do some anime, put my music to animation? Get your mind right. Get your skills up. Because there's people out here that actually get paid for some of this dumb shit that you do. Legitimize yourself. Motherfuckers out here crying because they can't monetize their fucking YouTube because you have set up and created shit content for years. That's why you ain't getting no money out of it. You don't have anything to offer. You have nothing to offer. That's why nobody's buying it. What we doing? A lot. I see a lot of talented people on here. I see a lot of talented folks in this KJ shit. We're too fucking like engulfed in negativity. And it's not just KJ. I see it across the board. But most other communities are focused on whatever that lane is. When I go into the music production, these people are focused on that. We're focused on looking at software, instruments, unboxing. We're focused on that. People not sitting around arguing about who dick the biggest, who fucked who did this, who did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's doing that shit. Like, these other communities aren't doing that. They might be fucking, like, somebody might come on there and be like, yeah, yo, beat whack, nigga. But, like, that's about it. Like, that's just one person. You could just keep it pushing, especially when you got 22,000 comments. Like, who cares? The one guy says you beat whack. Who cares about that? I mean, some people may, but at the end of the day, what are you here for? We're here to, like, put out our content and maybe monetize it, which is nothing wrong with it. But some of us don't necessarily want to monetize, and I think that's perfectly fine. And then there's others that do. But I think when we do, I think you have to come better to the table. You got to have something that you're coming with. You can't just sit up here and say, oh, you know what I'm saying? My shit should be monetized. When you can sit up here and then fucking talk shit about everybody on YouTube and then made a video for it. How you going to monetize that shit? You can't. There's nothing there. Nobody won't give you no money for talking shit about people. Go be a fucking comedian. How about that? Maybe you go get some backstage money. Go cooning or something on a stage somewhere. Get money that way. But this isn't it. Because this thing here, YouTube, is about content. That's why they call these people content creators. I remember when YouTube was not bastardized with a bunch of bullshit. And when I say bullshit, I mean shit like people that come up to you and be like, oh my God, you wearing a pyramid. That shit is evil. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know why I say that to people? Because I've been here for a long ass time on YouTube and I know where that originated. That's how long I've been on YouTube. I can tell you where certain things originated. I can tell you when certain things got bastardized and when they didn't. That's why now going into any type of conspiracy community on YouTube, looking at these videos, you don't know what you're getting. I will be here to tell you that 85% of that stuff is false. You hear what I said? I said 85% of that stuff is false. That means majority of the shit you listening to ain't even real. It's there to scare the fuck out of you. But the other 25%, the other 15, whatever the fuck, I can't even count, goddamn. The other fucking leftover, that's the truth. That is the truth. And that's the part that we can't deal with. part that we run away from. We don't want to look at that. We're scared of that. We build up a hatred for it to where we would sit around for fucking hours and try to create disdain to keep people from going and looking at something. All they want to do is just go look at it and check it out for themselves. Who are you to deter anyone from going to seek out knowledge? Whether it surpasses your knowledge or not. Who are you to stop another person in their process of learning and growth? Who are you? And that's the question we have to ask ourselves. Am I saying the right shit? Am I doing the right things here? Am I being accountable for the shit that I'm saying and things that I'm doing? Am I? See, what we got, Papa? We got 5 people in here, right? 5. But I'm guaranteed, bet you that a whole bunch of niggas is over in some whole other room listening to some bullshit ass. Somebody tell you some bullshit about they know this and they know that, but don't know a motherfucking thing. Don't know shit. We already know that. The same motherfucking unknown ran up in my shit saying some dumb shit. And ain't been back since because you cannot hold weight over in this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck how many jokes you try to make about this, that, and the third. You ain't made them directly to me. So it don't fucking hold weight. If you don't come to me, it don't hold no weight with Nekaybaaw. Why you think I ain't got up on this motherfucking address nothing? Because it is not of my time. I got better shit to do. But when you come up and you make yourself known, I will certainly oblige. Because I'm that real. I don't run from shit. As a matter of fact, I don't like to run because it makes me sweat. And I don't like sweating. So I'm always grounded and I'm standing still on my square. I'm here. This shit is weird. This YouTube thing is weird to me. I don't get it. Like, no, I don't get it. I get maybe like it's a pastime for a lot of us. But I think we're using it wrong. Let me see. What's happening, Poetic Kales? Man, I ain't seen you in a minute. Hey, you been at? I'm saying that like I've been around and shit. Let's see. Evolve May in the house. There goes Sam Francis in this mother. Anyway, hope y'all good on this Sunday. Just over here chit-chatting. Thought I was initially chit-chatting with myself, which I don't give a damn. Because I'll just upload it. Or no, upload, just let it go live or whatever. And people can listen to it on playback if they like. Whatever. Or even if I decide to keep it, I don't know. Because y'all know a lot of times I delete shit left and right. Especially depending on how I was feeling. I felt very defeated when I first started out. Because I felt like there was an energy trying to defeat me. Trying to take me out and try to keep me from doing this. Because that energy has taken its course. And it's a great part of the reason why I have been missing in action. Quiet. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's right. Hold you back from the things that you do or the essence of you. And if it does, it ultimately gets removed if you don't remove it yourself. For me, that's the thing that I'm having to come to terms with. That has been the most difficult. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Not this one. I'm not ready for it. Anyway, I ain't trying to brag on YouTube. I'm not, throwing shots at people, even though I always shoot my gun and I aim to kill when I do. And I remember the first time I said that to somebody, I was like, damn, Nekaybaaw, that's kind of harsh. I was like, well, when you pull a gun out and you shoot it, what are you doing? You're not trying to graze. Yes. Please. Yeah, I'll eat some. Okay, thank you. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Excuse y'all. I just got asked about a salad. That was real. That's in real time. That just went down on my live. Okay. Just got asked about a salad. I don't know why she do that. Like she don't just like she always talk to me through the door. I get it. She probably trying to respect my privacy or whatever. But I don't be doing that. Like I'm so used to coming from my mom and not having a door of my own. Because living in my mama's house, she would always be like, "Don't close my goddamn door. That door belong to me. That ain't your goddamn door. You leave that shit open." So I couldn't close my doors when I was growing up. So, I just got a thing that when somebody wants you and they need something, they probably just gonna come on in. So I'm never really doing anything that I'll be embarrassed anyway. But that was funny. Anyway, got me out here. No, y'all don't got me doing shit. I'm talking myself. I'm running my own mouth. And it's a beautiful thing that I'm able to speak today because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I've been in a very low place, my emotions. And I wanted to play some music, lift myself up, you know. But instead, you know, I just wanted to come and play some music. Maybe like I said, I initially planned this morning when I scheduled the live. It was gonna be about like other things. So, came on, I just started playing music. So I just wanted to kind of like lift myself up out of the space that I was in. And I got a whole host of other stuff. And I don't really understand why. But life is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm just trying to do my best here on this planet and be a great person, be the best person that I could be. Do the things that I say that I'm going to do. Even if I don't make the timeline that you wanted me to make, I'm trying to do the best that I can do at, the space that I have and the things that I have, the resources that I got. I think that's freaking noble. That's noble behavior. Because I'm in no way trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to outdo anyone else. I'm in my own lane on my own time. I'm never concerned about the next man in that type of way. My only concern for the next man is how can I support you, a woman? How can I support him or her in what they're doing? This is why I am the way that I am. This is why I come off the way that I do in certain scenarios in dealing with certain people. And a lot of people like say, "Oh, damn," you know what I'm saying? No shit. I do. I take a lot of it. You may not know that, especially if you're not close to me. But I take a lot of shit. And those that are close to me know that I do. Almost, let's put it like this. I take more shit than what the average person would. And people still fuck me over. Of course, right? Because I've allowed myself, I've opened myself up to that. I've opened myself up to be played, up to be used. I almost said, hey, lay down and fucking like do what you want in some scenarios. Because some people have had that much control. Because I've allowed that. I'm honest. I'm not going to sit up here and feed you a lie. I'm not going to sit up here and try to make myself look pretty when I feel fucked up. That's not what I'm about. Okay, I'm reading chat. I can't with you, Yvonne May. Your son just got his door back. He just got it back. What do you do? What do you do to get the door back, man? First of all, how do you get the door taken? That's what I want to know. How do you get the door taken? And then how do you get it back? Because inquiring minds, I want to know. Because I used to be mad. Man, I used to be mad at my mom when she was on that shit. Because I just want to close my door and like turn my music up and get in the mirror and act like I was fucking superstar. That's it. That's what I did in my room. Like I'm telling you, I am the most reclusive cat that you're gonna meet. But when I tell you I eat, sleep, shit, think, music, I do. Like I think in song, like you can say something to me and I can find a piece of music to match it. That's just how my brain works. So I just wanted to be in my room doing that, Like I just wanted to like close myself off from the world, turn my music up, and sing and shit, because that shit make me happy. Even to this day, I don't like to do it in my room. You know what I do now? Now I like to get in the car, turn my music the hell up, smoke my weed, and drive. Yeah, I said that on YouTube. You know why? Because I'm a supporter of cannabis. Okay, let me say that again. Every time I talk about weed, I'm always make my disclaimer. I'm a supporter of cannabis. Okay, I'm like the female Snoop Dogg. That is 100. I am not lying. I just can't. Oftentimes, where I live, if people, in my situation, I don't smoke in the house because my partner may not be into it or this, that, and the third, or wherever I'm at. It's not about that. Family don't allow that shit in the house, so um, so I don't really get a chance to like sit on here and like smoke my weed and talk to y'all, which I think is actually might be a good thing because you might get me in slow mo mode. Then I'm real. I can get real out there, but then I probably get too laid back and I won't keep a flow going. So I think it's a good thing to keep that where it is. But also, I'm actually kind of sober these days. I haven't been smoking as much. Uh huh. For the person out there listening, I actually haven't been smoking as much. Yeah, yeah. My mind, my thoughts, my time, my actions have been in other places, and I've just kind of like put that on reserve. And I actually have herb. I don't know, like I'm so express myself, express my feelings, express what I'm going through. I don't want them to be. I don't want to be so like lethargic and so like out of it to where I can't even get my mind right, to where I can communicate the proper way. So I took my pause. Oh, mine. Okay. Okay. All right. See, now that I can understand, if I may, because that happened to me before when I was a child, slamming the door, and I had to learn the wrong way. I mean, I had to learn the hard way. I definitely got in trouble. I definitely got a whipping from my mom. Yep, my mom whipped the shit out of us. She was abusive. No, I'm joking. Just kidding. Y'all ain't finna call CPS on my mama for some old ass children. She would kill me if she heard that, actually. No, I just think that parents were a lot more stern during that time. But yeah, I definitely, one time, that's actually what I was laughing about earlier. That's why she told me what she told me because I slammed the door. I did two things to my mama when I was a child, being young that I'll never do, that I had to learn the hard way. Number one, I stomped my foot when I was talking to her. And two, I slammed the door. I learned on those days to never, ever, ever do those things again. I had to learn the hard way. And I'm laughing because I'm just like, I'm thinking about it. And it's funny now as an adult. That crap was not funny then. That was a lesson because I wasn't a bad child. I've always had the spirit of being able to speak up, try to speak up for myself. Hmm. That's deep. See, I was gonna go into something really deep, not necessarily go into it, but I'm gonna say this: I've always spoken for myself, and I was very outgoing up until the age 9, up until something happened to me that was tragic, traumatic, and that changed me. That made me become reclusive. That made me become more of a listener. It made me become more observant, and that definitely gave me a lot more patience, life, people, because I was able to step back, take myself out of the scenario, and really truly look at the world and look at life. And I started doing that at a very young age. that's why, like, I went through a short period where I was doing dumb shit as a child. It didn't really last that long for me. I think I grew up very fast, mentally, but not like on some fast shit, on some more intellectual shit. Because as me becoming reclusive, I took to music and books in my piano, in my piano classes that I would take. That was all that I did. I didn't really have any other extracurricular activities outside of that. That's all I did. And books were a huge part of my life because through a book I can escape. I can become part of the story. I can put myself in it. This is why I like fantasy stories. This is why, yes, I am one of those people that has read Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. I actually read that when I was a young girl. One of I actually love English literature. I love stories like Beowulf. That's one of my favorite stories. And the Iliad, things of that nature. Like I like Excalibur. That's also another one that was a huge, huge story and book that I read that I absolutely love. A lot of the lessons that come out of it. Um, yeah, like I took reading, just reading. And it wasn't reading. I was engulfed in music. So I mean, I've always been about shaping my mind, thinking about expanding my mind, allowing it to grow. This is why I was saying, as a young child, I read a lot of books, black authors during that time. So I don't necessarily read that kind of stuff now, say, because now I'm more so into history, esoteric findings, and like cosmology. Those are basically my areas of interest. But anything surrounding those, like anything. First of all, anything that's hidden, I'm probably going to seek it out to have an understanding for it. I don't give a damn if it's of light or it's of dark. I try to have some. I don't know. It's an intrigue. I think it's just the knowledge. I think it's just just the knowledge, and like I said, you can kind of wrap yourself up in literature. You can wrap yourself up in a book. You just and especially like for the women in the room, if anybody's still listening, um, how many of us like how many of y'all actually was reading like was on the Judy Bloom tip? You know what I'm saying? Like I was so into the Judy Bloom shit, like like it was real for me. Like we must increase our bust. Like what y'all know? Like I'm on some real shit. Like I read all them joints, Blubber, all of those books. I used to like stack them joints when I went to the library because my mother was a what? Librarian. Oh, that's right. I forgot. My mom's a dumbass piece of shit. She's a nobody. Anyway, you know, I, man, yeah, that was a shot. That was a shot. You know, I don't know why I even said that because I just made me feel away. I'm reading the chat. I agree. You wasn't a reader. What did you do? What did you like doing when you were growing up, Yvonne May, or everybody and anybody in the chat? What did you guys like doing when you grew up? Like I said, my thing was books, music. I did go outside. I went outside a lot. 'Cause I have a brother. He's 4 years younger than me, so he and I kind of grew up together, and I did a excuse me, I did a lot of the things that he did. So I had bikes, stuff like that, or whatever. But I think did I ever tell y'all like my mom bought me a 10 speed, but she told me I couldn't drive out the damn driveway. Who in the hell buys their child a 10 speed with gears and then tell them they cannot drive? I cannot ride it outside the driveway. Where they do that at? Oh, I tell you, Birmingham, Alabama is where they do that at. The hell, I don't even understand. I would just would literally be mad. So you know what I would do? You know what I would do? I would take the L, get on my bike, and go anyway. I sure did. I was that child. I just took the L because I'm sorry. I need to have an experience of being able to ride this bike down the street and around the corner so I could go around there and see what Supreme was doing because he was cute. He had dreads, and I just wanted to see what he looked like on that day. Okay? How dare you try to take that shit from me? He had just moved in recently, and you tried to take that shit away, and that was not cool. I was just trying to get out here like everybody else. Not fair. Oh, that's what's up. Oh, I love the choir. I'll be honest and say that is the only reason, especially after the age of 14, that was the only reason why I was in church. Was because of the choir. I told you anything with music, I was just attracted to the music. And I can get up there and I can sing and then I could feel a spirit coming through me, singing certain things. Oh, I had no problem with the choir. I had no problem. You can tell Sam went to a white school and shit. She said chorus. Who in the hell said chorus? I love the chorus. I can't with you. I was like, what did you say? She said chorus was my favorite. You went to a private school, Sam. You went to a private Catholic school, didn't you? I did. I ain't even hating. I'm not even hating on that. I just know they call it chorus in white schools. But then when you go to the hood, you go to the black school, it's called choir. It's choir rehearsal. Choir rehearsal. You gotta say it like that. Choir rehearsal. That's what it is. uh-huh. Let's see. Okay, sweet. Yeah, see, Yvonne may say, listen to music and hanging out with her friends. See, I didn't have no friends. Well, I had friends, but I couldn't hang out. I was a sheltered child. I couldn't go nowhere. My first date, I was 17. Right, I went to the school. Uh, I went to the school. Wait, no, I was 16. I'm sorry. My first date, I was 16. That's not true. I went with Tyrus's whack ass my sophomore year to our homecoming dance, and I won Miss Sophomore that year. And that was only because I was in a charitable organization. It was a Christian organization at the time that I was in, and I had raised the most money during our fundraiser. So that is how I won Sophomore Queen because I was at a white school. But that just goes to show that the black folks was determined to have a black girl win when they saw that I was running. They got behind that shit and they gave me all the money. You should have seen them like they was like giving me pennies out of their pockets. Like I took everything. I took coins, pennies, checks, money orders, money orders. Yeah. Well, I took all of that. Like and shit, I won that shit. But anyway, that was like my first date. That was sophomore year. I was 16. No, I was 15 actually. But I don't really consider that a date because he didn't come pick me up. We met over there. Fuck Tyrus. There was no date. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to Mandrill, who lived next door to me. That was the other boy that I liked because they had moved in. I thought I was in love with Mandrill for some reason, but he took me to our to my prom to my 11th grade prom, and that was actually my first date. And I think the only reason why I was able to go out with him is because he lived next door, and our parents knew each other. They was hell. They wouldn't let me do shit. They would not let me do anything. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't look back on that and hate that. I'm glad that my mom kind of sheltered me from some things, but I really wish she had opened me up to a lot of other shit because when I got to college, though, but when I went to college, though, Listen, that first year I got put on academic probation. You want to know why? Because I partied all over the freaking city. Anything you could think of that you would do in college, I'm talking from a fun perspective. I know whole shit. I probably did it. That's another thing. I've never been a hoe. Boom. But you can think like road trips. This is why I like traveling now because of the road trips and stuff that we did in college. I was all over the place. I went to all of the colleges in Alabama, all the colleges in Georgia, black colleges that is. We probably visited them. And I've been up is with Tennessee, colleges in Tennessee, as well as Mississippi and New Orleans. So we kind of did that. We did that thing. We partied. Then I pledged to be a Kappa sweetheart, and it was all over. It was all over. Okay, that's what had me all over the place. You know, it was fun though. It was fun times. I learned a lot. You know what I learned? I learned how to interact with people. I think college was about me interacting. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad my mom was strict because it gave me a foundation, gave me the grounding I needed. You know, I just wish that I didn't have the sheltering because, like I said, when I went to college, I didn't have the discipline enough to buckle my ass down and remember why I was there. Um, I think a lot of that was because I was kind of angry because I didn't go to the school I really wanted to go to. I really wanted to go to Howard, and my mom didn't want me to go out of town. But had I known better, I would have just said fuck what she was saying, wouldn't apply it anyway, got me some financial aid, and got the fuck out of here. See, I didn't know. I didn't know in that time, you know. And I don't think we really had people to teach us because we still had those people that were designed to be in schools to tell you that you can't be shit. We still had those people employed. I don't know what schools are like right now, but that shit was a real thing, you know. We used to have people to come around and tell you that you would never be what you want to be. Specifically, especially during the times of testing. I don't know if you guys even remember that type of shit, if any of that has ever happened to you, but it definitely happened to me in Alabama. But I like I said, I wanted to go to Howard. That was my first choice. But to my surprise, I had applied for a college called Wesleyan, and it's an all women's school. And I actually got into that school. So you know what I'm saying? So when I look back on some of the decisions that I made, man, it's like if I had made different choices, yo, I would be in a completely different place right now. Not completely. If I went to Wesleyan, I'd be running the world at this point. Yeah, I don't even understand. Shit. I went over there with the white folks, with them white girls. Shit, I'd have came back. I'd have came back probably with a career in finance. I'd be like, what the hell? No, that's crazy because I don't know nothing about math. I suck at math. Okay, let me read the chat quick. I have to remember they're like, read. Oh, man. Uh-uh. See, that's not no. See, hell no. Down that. See, I bypassed all of that because I really couldn't hang. That's why I'm saying that. I think that's why I'm telling the story now because in college I got like I'm gonna call it buck wild, but it's not. Yeah, I got buck wild because I didn't really do what I was supposed to do. But I will honestly say I discovered myself. I discovered who I was and what I wanted to be during that time. I already knew because for me it started when I was 16 and I went to the studio with Sharon. You know what I'm saying? That's damn, I just blurred that girl name out. But anyway, I went to the studio with one of my old group mates for the very first time and laid down some background vocals for her. Man, I'm tell you, when I did that, I knew then that that's the shit. I was like, man, this shit here, this is what I want to do. Specifically, the recording process, the mixing process, the engineering process, just the back door, the behind the scenes process intrigued me. It always intrigued me. So I just kind of knew. So by the time I got to college, I was in the concert choir in college, and I was also in the gospel chorus. And our gospel chorus used to travel. And I'm gonna tell you, like this experience in that gospel chorus was like no other experience I've ever had when it comes to singing with groups of people. That was the first time in my life I had ever been in a choir, and I think we had 100 some people in that choir. And when I kid you not, I sit here to this day, no lie. Out of 100, let's say it's 102 people in that damn choir, I'm telling you, 92 of them motherfuckers could sing. So you can imagine the resonance and how we sounded when we went places. Man, we brought the daggum house down, and it was a wonderful experience to have, to be among so many talented people, and nobody had an air about themselves. Nobody was trying to be better than the other because we were all there under the guise of worship. Even though I don't get into that terminology, I'm using it for shits and giggles because of the time and because of the whatever. Because during that time, I was still a Christian, but I wasn't claiming it. I had come out of the church long before that. I stopped going to church around 15 years old. But I always had a kinship, like I said, to music. So being in that choir, man, it just lifted me, kept me afloat during that time when I was away at school. So, I mean, I just knew, I knew, being in that space of music, I knew what it was that I was called, or what I should be doing with my time, my life. And sure enough, after college, it picked up. I got asked to be in a group. The rest is fucking history. I mean, that was like my everything. I did that. Well, actually, what happened was I ended up leaving the college that I was at because of the probation, because I couldn't get the enough financial aid to go back to be able to stay on campus. So I actually left my junior year because I had actually entered college very early. I entered college my 11th grade year, this summer, going into my 11th grade year high school. So by the time I went into a 4-year institution, I came in the door as a sophomore. So it was like a weird transition because I was kind of in there with like people that were older, and I was kind of like this young person and they're trying to find my way. It was an experience. But definitely after I left school, like I said, I became part of a group. Man, the rest is damn history. You know, that was a great experience, doing a lot of shit, traveling everywhere. I ain't gonna say everywhere. I went to a lot of places. True story. Let me tell you, I have traveled. My group actually traveled to Chicago to meet R. Kelly before because he was interested in signing my group. That's a true story. Just like Devontae Swing was interested. Let's say Devontae Swing, R. Kelly, and we actually worked with Dallas Austin. We had like some pretty good dudes that was trying to mess with us at a crazy time. Yeah, life is interesting. Oh, now y'all got me on that. I don't know. Oh, no math, no math over here. I love science though, all sciences. I'm not good at math, and it's only because I never applied myself fully. See, I told you I'm honest. I've never applied myself fully, but as the saying goes, I am excellent at geometry. Most people that cannot do algebra, they can do geometry. Most people that can do algebra shit, aren't really good in geometry. I'm that person. I'm good at. I got an A in geometry. I was like, what the hell? The hell? But like I said, I'm all science and English. Those are my things. I hated history in school because they didn't teach us shit about who we were. So it didn't resonate, and it just kind of went in one ear out the other. But as I've been an adult, I love history. I'm self-taught. Um, so like I can have fun with it. I can go and read the things that I want to read. I can study the things that I want to study. I have control over what I'm intaking, what I'm bringing into my mind, and into my spirit, into my body. So I actually appreciate it now. So nobody can tell me that I'm a piece of shit and my people are a piece of shit. I know now that you have been a lie. You've always been lying. You've always lied to us. So, being able to take back that power has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing, in my opinion. So I have a newfound love and respect for history. But I would love to love math because I definitely, and it's another thing they didn't tell us that. They would always say you're gonna need this when you don't need it. The one thing that is synonymous, that is consistent, is math. But they didn't tell us how important that shit was. And I don't just mean so you can count your coins. I mean just in understanding time, understanding certain concepts. Math is always there. I mean, we do it almost, we need it in everything that we do. The shit that we own right now, they had to put together algorithms and fucking equations and shit just to get YouTube to be a YouTube, to be a thing. So it's everywhere we go. I just wish that we were taught that, but I kind of have a feeling that we were held back from it because I feel like the secrets of life are contained in math. A lot of the secrets in life are contained within mathematical equations. Am I wrong or am I right? It is what it is. So when we don't know how to properly solve these equations, we end up losing. Because I think the biggest task that we have been gifted is that we are the problem solver. We've been put here on this planet to solve problems. That is a part of our high purpose on this planet. We are problem solvers. And we are here to provide solutions to the problems of the planet. So we have to ask ourselves on a regular basis, am I providing a solution? How am I helping anything transition to something better? Am I a problem solver? What problems am I solving? Oh yeah, definitely. But you gotta know that like they couldn't have told us everything in school. They can't do that because it would defeat their very purpose of being here. If they told us everything, then we would very well know that they had no right to be here. Right? In the space of being a colonizer. Colonizing just basically means taking something that isn't yours, stealing it. So why would a thief tell you why he's going to steal from you or give you the background information as to why he's doing what he's doing? He's not. Then you will be able to see him coming. And you will be able to stop him in its tracks, more than likely. So that wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that would have worked. So they had to conceal it in such a way. But let me say this. Those same people have been tasked with telling the truth. And it's a part of their oath. So eventually they have to tell you the truth. And they always do. They just do it in a discreet way. Most of you don't catch it because you have not trained yourself to think outside the box, to be able to think the same way others think. Meaning you don't step outside of yourself to really, truthfully go into another thought process or into someone else's mind to see where they're coming from. But they're not going to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Because then they wouldn't be able to defeat you. If they gave you the tools, they wouldn't be able to defeat you. We already know that. We already know we wouldn't be defeatable. This is the reason why we have to be brainwashed. This is the reason why we have to be tricked into hating one another. This is the reason why we have to move in the way that we do. This is the reason why we are enslaved. This is the reason why a lot of these things, because that had to happen That brainwashing had to happen. You had to believe that you were a piece of shit so that you can go out and treat others accordingly. You had to believe that. You had to believe you came from nothing. You had to believe that out of thin air, you decided to leave the place that you came from to come here to be somebody's slave. You had to believe that shit to get you to that thought process. You had to believe all of that to get you here today. You really did. And guess what? That shit worked. And it's still working. It's still working. It's 7 motherfucking people in this room. Because I ain't saying shit about nobody. I'm not talking crap about this, that, and the third. I'm not trying to put nobody down. That shit is of a lesser energy. And lesser energy wins in this day and time. Lesser energy thinks it is always right. The lesser. Because I said this recently. To someone. This is the devil's paradigm that we are living in. Do not be so fooled as to thinking that I'm going to say something, and I stand by this 100%. This is the devil's paradigm. Do not be so fooled to think that the Creator, God, Jesus, the Lord, is ruling this particular day and time, because it is not. And I really don't want to deal with God, Jesus, and Lord, because all three of those things are of man. Those are physical things. They are all physical things, and they can all be defined in a law dictionary. So that should tell you something. There is no entity called God other than man himself. That's why man can say, I am God, and I am goddess. Right? This is a whole other thing I don't really want to go into. But it is 100% real. Devil is real and alive. You see it every day. You see it every day in your loved ones. You see it every day in people in passing. You see it every day you log on to some shit. The devil is winning in this motherfucker. Devil stay winning. And the thing is, like, a lot of us think that we're doing big shit. A lot of us think that we're being led by a different energy, and we are not. We are not. No, I'm not gonna even go into. I can't even go into that. See, you know, it's like it's like so many amazing things that I could speak on, but YouTube participants are immature. They are not yet ready for a certain subject matter. You can't even have certain pictures without people trying to accuse you of being involved in witchcraft. And that just goes to show that people are so ignorant that they don't actually study. They will look at something and then basically bastardize it because they're too fucking lazy to go and check it out. There's a lot of that going around. We are so quick to call something crazy, something evil, something ignorant, something bad, and we don't know nothing about it. We ain't never even looked into it. The first thing we do is we're going to say, that's that's bad, that's negative, that's evil. Like, do you even know what that is? Do you know what it represents? Do you know what it symbolizes? I can show you everyday words that you use that are actually of the same energy. Then what? People that know me, that deal with me on a regular basis, know this one thing about me. There's one word that everybody likes to say, and I often tell my friends and my loved ones that this word is not a word of endearment. It is not something that you should be saying, and I've actually showed them in definition where it's defined in the 1821 Webster's Dictionary, and that is the word bless. That word is not a positive word. That word means to consecrate, of blood, to curse. You are actually not putting good energy upon a person when you say bless them. You're actually cursing them. You're doing the opposite. But somehow you are thinking that you're doing something else. You think you're doing something good every time you tell somebody bless them. You're not. You've just put a curse upon that person. Weird. It's like we don't ever reach back to define the shit that we're saying. We don't ever look back and say, damn, let me look this up and see what it truly means. Easy out here. Shit is upside down. As above, so below. You know, they say, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Y'all not fucking. Not you guys in the chat. It's fucking with me. I'm on a different page. And it's not some crazy shit. Mm-hmm. You know, what you make a good point, Sam. When you say, and I think it's a wonderful thing if you do have your grandparents to teach you. But it was very interesting because last week I was talking to my aunt and my uncle, and one of the things my aunt said was that her mama never taught her shit. The only thing she ever taught her was don't take nothing from no man. That's the only lesson that she ever got. That's the only one that was ever consistent. But to teach her about herself, teach her about her being a woman, this, that, and the third, she didn't get those lessons. So I'm going to say this. I didn't get that either from my grandparents, from my great-grandparents. Now, I could say on one side, from my father's mother, we got a certain level of nurturing. My mother's mother, we didn't. So even to this day, I still have a really strange relationship with my mother's mother because it's almost like she never got time for shit, you know. She's like always just always moving throughout her life. So, you know, like you call grandma and be like, hey, grandma, how you doing? Oh, baby, I'm doing fine. You know, everything's all good. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Oh, okay, really? That's good. Is everything going all right? Oh, yeah, everything's going on fine. Yeah, everything's going fine with you. Oh, okay, baby, when I talk to you, I'll talk to you later. That's the extent of that shit. And I could have not even talked to her for 20 years. But that would be the conversation. So if I call my dad's mom, I'd be on this joint looking like, you know, people that be like about to pass out on the phone because they be talking so much. Yeah, because my grandma, she be going. My dad's mom, she can go. It's like light years difference. We didn't really have that. And we got stories. I got stories from my dad's mom. She would definitely tell us a lot of stories. So we got it from that perspective. If anything, I would consider her to be more like a griot. So she was the person that passed down all the stories of all the accolades, all the different things that happened in the family, all the different things that were done, did it, why they did it. She was that person. You know, the lady that sit on the porch, talk to everybody know her, and she be just running her mouth. That's my grandma. That is my grandma. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. It definitely involved me. You have a good rest of your Sunday. Anybody else that's in and out, leaving, you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. I'm just over here chilling, just talking. Shooting the breeze, speaking on a bunch of different things. Nothing in particular, other than life. It's funny because I hear myself in the playback talking about my grandma. anyway, anyway, what else is on the brain? Let's see. Man, touch nothing over here because I don't want nothing to like self destruct. It seems like every time I make a move, stuff want to self-destruct, whatever. But, oh Lord, here you go. Okay, let's see. It's a misnomer. If they have it classified there, it is a misnomer. That is why I always check other. I always check other. And I've even had people come in, remove that and put black. And I've had them go back and change it. Because they have no right to change that shit. I have the right to say what I am. And you do not get to change who I am. I actually did that on an application before. Granted, I probably didn't get that job because of it. So be it. But I have done that numerous times. Because no one has the right to do that. That is your application. You don't get to classify me. Let me do that. How dare you? But they will try it. You know why? Because you need to be titled and classified. Because that is the way they make the associations on how to treat you. And that is not no bullshit. That is the truth. We are all classified by status, class, and rank. You fall under the title black, you already know where that leaves you. 42 shots to the dome. Amadou Diallo. Y'all remember him? Anybody remember Amadou Diallo? Y'all remember him? I never forget that brother. That was one of the first of his kind in that type of situation. We talk about Trayvon. We talk about all of these different guys. But do y'all remember Amadou Diallo? I do, because that shit hit hard back then. It hit hard and it hit home. I think the brother was, what, was he getting married or something to that effect? Like he was doing something peaceful. And he was shot so many times by those policemen. Crazy, like the brother that they shot in the car. I forget that brother's name. The one that they shot, the policeman killed, and he was in the car with his girl and his babies. I can't forget that brother's name. I can't even think of it right now. Yeah, he wasn't. Exactly. Yeah, he was in New York. He wasn't doing nothing, actually. And this one, I feel like it was real bad. But you know, I think a lot of that was because them niggas was still mad about that fucking rookie cop that they shot all them years ago. They was still mad about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like they ever let that shit go. Fucking Ed Burns. They never let that shit go. So any brother was a target. We talking about New York. Any brother was a target up there during that time. Oh yeah, I'll never forget that. Yeah, exactly. That was always the story, if I'm like right there. They was always looking for somebody else. Always. That's what they always said. They was always looking for somebody else. Yeah, right. And you got the wrong guy, right? It's crazy. Bro, it's crazy. And I think that is a they took him to the hospital. Oh, okay, okay. See, that I didn't know. Because I didn't I don't think we had the internet or anything like that during that time. And I haven't really ever, now that I'm sitting here talking about it, watch, I'm finna be on YouTube all up in trying to find all type of information about this. That is actually, because I didn't even know. I didn't know a lot of the details behind it. Because remember, I was young. I don't remember what year that was. Wow. That's deep. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that tonight because I would love to know who. I would love to know who she is. That's man. Like I just never forget that. I'll never forget that. I guess it's, you know, it's just things I will forget. Like of course I won't ever forget the fucking L.A. Riot, the Rodney King thing, and also when they had the fucking earthquake in the Bay Area. It's like certain things I won't forget. Of course, there's 9/11, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I try to forget that shit. I think because I was one of those people that got on it very early. I was actually a follower of Bill Cooper, so I was kind of like, I don't know. And then I was living in Texas at the time, in 9/11, and I kind of got spooked or whatever. But this is the reason why I'm the way that I am, is because I've definitely grown and I've taken the journey. So let me tell you something. I was ignorant too in my life, and I'm still ignorant about a lot of things. But I was ignorant in my life, like this type of ignorant. Like case in point, when I lived in Dallas, where I was living at the time, I was with my then girlfriend, and we was living, and there was a bunch of Indians that lived downstairs from us. I mean, a bunch of Indians that lived downstairs from us. But see, I was so stupid. I just knew that they was Muslims. You feel what I'm saying? And so I took on a fear after 9/11 because all these fucking Muslims was living downstairs from me. Now keep in mind, they as black as me and some of them darker than me. But here I am building up a fear of people that look just like me because the media told me to. Let me keep it way 100. I built up a fear because of that. Because they went so hard and told us that Muslims was a piece of shit. They did this, they killed our people, this, that, and the third. This, and the third. And you should see me when I started doing research and started looking into who it really was. It taught me a lesson. I said, now ain't that a blip? White man then told us it was some people that looked like us and came over here and did this shit. And it was nothing of the sort. They did it themselves to their own people. And they got us believing that people of color came over here and did this. It was crazy. So it was something that made me, really assess things and say, I am the keeper of my own mind. And for me, that has been it's been very freeing to be the keeper of my own mind, to be able to remove the veil of a lot of bullshit. And it took me a lot of practice. It took a lot of time. And it's taken a lot of study and a lot of humbling myself to other people to be able to remove the veil from my eyes to be able to see certain things. And it's not removed in everything. But in a lot of places, in a lot of areas, it has been removed and things have been revealed to me. This is why I haven't given myself, my soul, my time to a lot of stuff. Because I can understand, I can see it for what it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they always had to stop and frisk. Oh, yeah, they definitely had stop and frisk. I think, okay, look, yo, New York is something special. You understand what I'm saying? Because we know it's the birthplace of hip hop. Hip hop is an urban thing. As you notice, moving forward, I'm dealing with music, lifestyle, culture. This is a culture conversation. This conversation falls under culture. New York created a culture for us. And in that culture, there have been cultures within a culture created. So as we were creating hip hop, law enforcement was creating stop and frisk, hip hop police. They were creating all of these different things to combat what we were doing under the guise of creativity. But keep in mind, some of us who are partaking in hip hop haven't yet. We got one foot in the street and one foot in the creativity. So I get it. I understand. But a lot of this was created because of that. Because we had one foot in the hood and one foot out. It was crazy, But I definitely feel like New York, man, I don't know. They just came out and they still got it popping. The hip hop police is alive and well. Tekashi 6ix9ine. G9, Treyway, nigga. That shit is alive and well, and it is. I'm telling you, it's knocking all of them young brothers out. It's knocking them out the game. Y'all seen what happened to Bobby Shmurda? They finna do Tekashi the same way. But he got a special circumstance because he didn't got his ass up there and then snitched, and that's what you don't do. You don't do that because you have put everybody else in danger. It's not just about you, brother, and that's the problem with Tekashi. His ego has surpassed his intellect and his brain matter. His ego has surpassed it, and he thinks he's somebody, but he really ain't shit. And he finna learn that, and he's finna learn a hard lesson. I just hope he doesn't meet a detrimental fate, but I kind of feel like it's inevitable because of the shit that he involved himself with and the things that he did. But this is a prime example of when you ain't hard, don't act like you are. When you not a thug and you not a gangster, stop acting. I ain't gonna say thug. But when you not a gangster, don't act like you one. Because thugs and gangsters are two different things. He ain't had no business running with no bloods. He had no business doing none of that shit. Now he's somewhere fucked up, looking stupid. And it's real sad. Oh yeah. He knew Bush knew what was going on. But I don't understand this shit. I don't understand these young guys and this hip hop shit because I think there's been too many examples for them to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. And then when you got an old head that done been through the game and you still don't even respect what he's telling you, this is an old head. He didn't went through this shit. Not only that, he was in prison. Fat Joe had been to prison and shit already. So he trying to tell this young brother, like, look, such and such and such, nah. Don't be doing that. And look, he still go out here and think that he can just do whatever he want to. Because he thought he had what? Privilege. That's what's wrong with us. When we get money, we think we have the same type of privileges that the others have. And we do not. We do not have any type of privileges. Do you understand that? That shit is a luxury. It's a luxury. I think he thinks because he has money and access to certain things that he had that privilege. But he got showed the wrong. And this is the problem that I have. Like, dude, for crying out loud, you got a beef with Chief Keef. That's the wrong person to be having a beef with. I just don't see this thing ending. I don't see it ending well. I just do not see this ending well, and I really I feel for that dude because and it's like everybody is coming against him, even his baby moms, which I think is deplorable. Deplorable, bitch. Especially if he's still taking care of you and your baby, bitch. You are a piece of crap. You are supposed to be the number one person that's quiet because he's taking care of you. He's helping you out. I get it. Maybe he might be an a-hole, whatever. But there's some things we don't do. You a snitch too, boo. You didn't know that? They didn't tell you that? You a snitch too. Maybe I deserve to be together. I was getting the sun is setting on the west coast. It is 5:15 on the west coast. And the sun is setting. But yeah. Man, young bold man. He out here looking bad. First of all, I kind of stayed away from Tekashi, because that hair, man, like I didn't know what was going on. I just was like, because I don't like clowns. I thought this dude was coming into the hip hop industry on some clown shit, like on some ICP, some insane clown posse. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I went through the 90s one of the guys I dated, he was a complete juggalo. I can't do it. Like I thought Takashi was coming in on that. But then he furthermore confused me with the name because I'm looking for a Japanese guy. You know, like his whole thing is confusion. Because that's what I'm saying. Like I would love to know where the name derived from. Takashi, that's Japanese. You know what I'm saying? It's Japanese. I don't get it. And then I'm like, oh, he Mexican, huh? His name should have been Diego or something else. Like I don't understand. Okay, I'm talking shit about that. But you know what? That one song, it's something recent. I want to say, is it? I don't know what it was, but I was on his IG one day. It's a newer song that's out. That shit was jamming. I ain't gonna even lie. That shit was that shit was going hard. I gotta go find it so I could download it. Cause I can be honest and say I haven't gotten into a lot of the music outside of like Mike Will. I like Mike Will production, of course. Like I'm a huge Future fan. Future. I'm a huge Future fan. Anything really out of ATL. I like a lot of ATL shit. Um, I like quite a few of these little young guys. Like they are entertaining to me. Some of them. Are y'all familiar? Y'all familiar with Black Youngster? Anybody familiar with Black Youngster? Anybody? If you're not familiar with Black Youngster, and let's say you need some entertainment while you're at work, you don't have anything to do, you should follow his IG. Or just get on his IG and just look at his videos. You'll be like, what is wrong with this boy? But he's actually a very intelligent man. He's just on his own thing. He's also from Memphis. He's just on his own thing. He came out of what? What is it? CMB or whatever? Because I'm not big on Yo Gotti. I don't really like Yo Gotti. Somebody got to tell me why everybody like Yo Gotti. Because I'm not feeling that nigga. I'm not feeling Yo Gotti. What is the appeal? Somebody help me with that. I don't like him. I don't really like his flow. It just don't really fit with me. But you know, like some of these little cats, I think a lot of the shit sound the same, and I think some of them are innovators. Some of them created the lane, and a lot of those cats I really like. I kind of dig. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know a lot of people don't really fuck with Kodak Black, but I do like Kodak. Um, Kodak is interesting. I saw a straight drop video last night. He's like, "Can we get some help for Kodak Black?" And I actually agree with him 100%. His thought process was instead of us sitting around watching Kodak Black self destruct, why don't we reach out to some of the old heads in the industry, see if maybe they can talk to him. I actually agree with him. But like I left a comment on this page, and I said, you remember Master P tried to reach out to Kodak once before he got locked up for that other bullshit. He tried to reach out to him once before, and it didn't work out. I said, so I don't know if he's been a hothead. I don't really know what's going on with him, but I just know that anytime you feel comfortable enough getting on the internet telling people that you're doing cocaine, you need to pull back. Like you need to pull back because that's not. You don't really need to be revealing that as an artist, as a millionaire, as um, a person that is potentially someone that they seek out to represent a brand. Like you're hurting yourself, you're hurting your career. Unless they finna try to sell some coke publicly, I mean, then they can come and get you. But outside of that, he killing himself in the name of like endorsements and things of that nature. This is not gonna happen the way that he would want it to happen. And he want to do a lot of shit. Like he want to do more than just rap. So when you pigeonhole yourself like that, and you on here telling me some, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some coke and weed, and it's like, bruh, no, wrong move, wrong move. Yeah, I know most people not really following that the more new school stuff. You probably just hear it on the radio and keep it pushing. But there's only like few notables, people that stand out to me. I was a 21 Savage fan before any of this shit took place with him. Um, you know what? Like I like real people. Um, and I was gonna say I like real niggas, but I like real people. I like people that are just real, and that doesn't matter where you are, whatever, wherever you come from, wherever you at. If you're real about it, like I can definitely identify with you. And that's one of the things I liked about 21. Like he was just always real. You know, even when a joke was being played, he would be like, "What? I don't get the joke." You know what I'm saying? I could expect that. I love that about him. You know, it was very serious. It was serious to him. People took and made it a joke, but he was able to come back and say, "Well, you know, people can identify with my pain. They turn into something positive. I think it's all good." I think that's a man that has learned something, and that has or is showing growth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's like I said, there's people out here that, you know, there's artists out here that I think that's doing their thing. But then, you know, I think it's a lot of fake shit too. I think it's double, you know. I agree. I agree. I agree. He isn't. He isn't. He's only thinking in the moment. And you know what I really think? Kodak is up for a trial soon for an alleged rape case. And I really think that he is acting out and possibly nervous about it. You know what I'm saying? And like just kind of like doing things. Because I noticed the closer and closer it gets to the day, he's starting to do a lot of weird shit. I don't know if y'all seen the video floating around, but why are you on your IG? Thousands of people following you on the IG in your live. Why are you on your IG with boogers running out your nose? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's like we get it. It's a cocaine drip, but why do you fucking need to show that to the world? Go get some fucking help, bruh. Like go get some help. You know what I'm saying? And I like that little brother, but I just think that he's fucked up right now. Last week he had another video that where he was live. He had gone live, and he had a young lady over that he flued out. Okay, let me just go ahead and say flued because that's where that shit came from. His ass. He done flued some young lady out, and they're arguing on the IG. And pretty much this whole thing is where he is pretty much revealing. Well, basically, it's just a sad situation. He's basically showing how this young lady can't even get home. Like she don't even have money to get back home. But she's complaining with him. She's complaining to him about being fed and why he won't, you know, take her to a restaurant, and you don't even know how to treat a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take a bitch to this and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, first of all, you self-identifying as a bitch. That's the first thing. You self-identifying as a bitch. The second thing, well, maybe I should say the first thing is you brought your dumb ass from your hometown out here to California to be with some nigga that you don't know. You ain't got a dime in your pocket. You didn't secure a hotel for yourself, a car, no food. You brought your ass out here thinking that he's supposed to take care of you. And then you come out here with the expectation, telling me you've been flying for 7 hours and you hungry. But he telling you it's food in the kitchen, but you saying you don't want to eat that shit because he probably had a bitch over eating it the night before. You already on some weird shit. Because what difference does it make who ate some of the fucking barbecue? It was a fucking barbecue. It probably was multiple people that ate some of the shit. But it's some leftovers. Bitch, go get you a plate. What's the problem? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding because when you've been flying for 7 hours and you hungry, you going to eat what you giving. You're not going to sit around and wait somebody to take you somewhere and be sitting up and begging a nigga to go take you somewhere that you don't deserve to be going. And I'm going to say that again, you don't deserve to go anywhere other than into the kitchen and get the leftovers because you hopped on a plane and came out here with nothing. You didn't secure anything. Therefore, he saw you were basically indebted to him. Now, had you got your ass on the plane Whatever, let him buy you a ticket, fly your ass out. Had you got your ass on the plane when you got there and was like, where you stay? Nigga, where you stay? He be like, oh, I send a car for you. No, dog, I got a rental car. Where you stay? I'll be, just let me know where you stay or where you want to meet up, whatever. Had you come with a different mindset, more independent, you might be treated like a lady. You might would have got a dinner. But you came with your hands out, looking for something because you felt like you deserved it. You deserve what you put out. Basically, you deserve what you put out. What you get back is what you have already put out. So if you're not getting what you think you deserve, it's because you didn't put out enough. And that is real. You can't come and try to tell somebody, oh, they need to be doing this and doing that when you ain't nothing but a thought. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. It's like I should say it like she on the, she's going back and forth with him. He's on his live, she on hers, and it's like I don't even understand you. It's like you embarrass yourself. She had to delete her IG page, and I think she should because that was retarded. You just played yourself. But what you did is you exposed how women like you do this very thing. And then y'all sit back on the black end and want to talk shit about the dude. Or you want to say, he raped me. Well, you know damn well ain't nobody touched you. It's a whole world of thoughtisms out there. I knew that shit existed. But with that video, he brought it to life. He showed us that it was really a thing. That women are really out here riding by the seat of their pants because they think they are that fucking fly, that fucking fine. And wait, let me say this. And I'm going to clear my throat. I used to say this to me all the time. 100% agreed. And I don't know why she think her pussy is the end all, be all. Because it is not, my friend. Where your vagina rests, there are 1,000 others, okay? Your shit is not no better than anybody else's. And that is something I agree with 100%. That does not make you special. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be a special thing that you even give it to someone that is special in the first place. So you just giving it out for any freebie, for any rap nigga that you think got $1 million, like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Interesting. You know what, Ivame? That's one of my questions when it comes to 21 Savage. He was here since he was 6 years old. See, the visa expired in 2006, right? My thing is, if he came here at 6, it is not his responsibility to get his visa. Now, when he came of age, it was his responsibility to do it. But with him being the kind of dude that he is, he probably did the old okie doke and was like, man, fuck that visa. Fuck that visa, dog. I was like, I ain't gonna get that fucking, I don't get time for that shit, man. Fuck that shit. You know how we just get ignorant as fuck? We just do ignorant shit like that. I really feel like that's part of the dissension that he had within himself to where he just didn't go handle his business. And so when things started to pop for him was when he was like, okay, let me take care of this. Because we all know, I mean, we do know that he's applied for a visa and it's been in a waiting status for 4 years. So it's not like he didn't try. It is not like he didn't. It's not like he didn't try to do it. But I just, think that it's really weird that the parent didn't really oversee that. But I mean, my question is the mom lawfully here too, or does she have to clear up her status as well, and we just didn't hear about it because she's not a celebrity? I kind of have a feeling that hers is okay, but then that also begs that's a deeper question. Why would your status be okay and his not? Especially when he has no record. So I'm not really sure like what's really going on with that. Mm. Mm. I think it's an interesting thing. I know that the shit that has come out about it, I think people have taken it and ran with it. I just, when everything hit the fan, like I said, it was really disappointing to see that black folks really felt like his persona is fake. I just think that was to kind of run with that thought process and not really wait to see what was going to happen, what the outcome would be. Just kind of took that and ran with it, and we didn't even like try to come up with anything other than we just yeah that nigga fake. It's like anything the white man tell you, we just run with it. We don't even fact check it. We just go with it because white is right, right? Say it again, white is right. White is right. Now, I personally gone into some accounts, and per the birth certificate, it states that a man by the name of Kevin Emmons is his father. And when I went on to Facebook to find Kevin Emmons, he actually does have a Facebook page. There isn't a personal picture of him, unless the one picture that is there is him, but I'm not really sure. I cannot verify that. So I don't have a yay or nay on it. But there are definitely pictures of 21 that were posted uh, some years back. I saw as far back as 2012. Um, but like I said, there's no picture there. But what I do know is and this is verifiable. What I have picked up is that the Dr. Amsu is not his father. But people are saying that's his father. That's not his father. I think he has fathered some other siblings, one in particular, but I do not believe that it is 21's father. I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am. But I'm just waiting on all the bits and pieces to his story. I'm wondering if they're going to reveal that particular aspect of him, because he stated that his father's a crackhead. Said that quite some time ago, but he stated that. But I had a whole thing like I don't even think. See, I'm in here in a different way. I'm in here in a different way. Let's see. Let me try something out. Cause I got some pictures and shit off of Facebook when I did. Matter of fact, let me just bring in another thing. Let me try something. Probably only gonna do one at a time. But I thought this was interesting. I thought this was kind of dope. And I was very surprised, but kind of not, because it's a prevalent. It was a prevalent organization in the '90s, and a lot of people were a part of it, especially if you were in Georgia. A lot of people were a part of this organization, were part of this group of people. It was like it was a different time. It was a. Hold on, I'm trying to get to this joint right now. There you go. I wanted the one. I just had it. See, you know how when you when you want to do something, it's not there, or you gotta go and search high and low. Okay, well, I'll just use this one right here. We'll just use it. I got it from the book. Because I definitely have it here, phone. So now I gotta just do this whole transfer thing right quick. Send it to myself. Because this is a better way. I mean, you can see it, but it's like just this is I think it's easier to see it like this without all of this extra Facebook shit. We're gonna go and put that in the Google Keep. Trying to know about the Google Keep. Now. Oh yeah, so transfer this over real quick. We're now gonna download it. What was in the interview? The dad? What dad? What did he say? Did he say I'm his daddy? Did he say that's my child? It was shady interview with the dad. Hmm. Yeah, that's all I want to know. Did he say that's my child? Did he say this baby is mine? Yeah, I already uploaded it. I'm already on it. Right. Did he say this baby is my baby? This is my child. And my children. That is significant. Did he claim them? Did he claim them or not? I think I got a better one. I'm gonna throw this one. Hopefully. Better one without the whistle-a-gee. You know nothing about how to make this bigger. All right, you have to bear with me because I cannot make it bigger. Hold on. I didn't screen up with the picture and shit, but for whatever reason, it's not switching up for you guys. Of course, right? They alluded to it being a secret that he was 21 father. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was, I don't know. I need to, maybe I need to rewatch that because, I don't know. Because like, what is the illusion that you provide? Either you fathered this child or you did not. What is the illusion? Hmm? What is the illusion? It's weird. See, yeah, see, my feed is like mad slower than me. So just, just bear with me. Hmm. So maybe this will be it one day with the white screen popping and shit. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. I remember seeing that. I saw it like a while back. I haven't revisited it since the this whole scandal, but I remember seeing it. And even then, I was just kind of like, maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just need to look at him some more. I don't know. I just need him to say it. I just don't feel like it should be any illusions. Like, you're a grown ass man. Like, what's the deal? Like, what is the deal? He's a grown dude. Grown. That's all I want. I just want him to say it. Yeah, see, that one is small, but I got another one up that's a little bit bigger. It's the picture that's on the right hand side, but the one in the of course that's his mom. As you can see, they were actually in Eatonton, Georgia, on the Nuwabian uh, Tamaray is what it was called. It was on Nuwabian lands over there. If anybody's familiar with Dr. Malachi Z. York, this was his organization. This is actually an organization that I was a member of. This is where the name Nekaybaaw comes from. The Aramaic name. It's another name, or it's another. It's an Aramaic way of saying Eve. Counterpart's name is Sakar. But I was very surprised when I got this picture from one of my good friends who is a devout Nuwabian follower and teacher to this day. Actually, the brother that I did the song with in the end, the one that I was talking about, he actually sent me this picture because I was telling him I was compiling all of this different stuff. He was like, "Oh man," he was like, "Yeah, they used to be on the land, this, that, and the third." And I was like, "What? Really?" I was like, "Man, you got proof?" He was like, "Yeah, I got pictures." And he sent me these pictures. I was like, "Man," and the when the picture switches up, you'll be able to see the tallest guy is actually that's actually 21. Look at that. They call this content. They call that content. And this was effortless. I literally asked somebody. I was just literally talking about this, and I was giving it. So when you do the work and you have the right intention, things will happen. Doors open for you. Things come to you. I think that's just a byproduct of what it is. I think that's just a byproduct of that. I'm laughing because the picture is gonna switch up. Like it's just I don't know why. Like it made me feel away because this is mad like light years behind me, and it's almost like 4 or 5 minutes behind, which is really weird. Yeah, that was deep, man. Like that shit is deep. It's like to know like pe- people build personas as artists and creatives, and there's nothing wrong with building a persona to use to get your creativity out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We call it acting. That's all it is. And we're not talking about building a persona around your life. We're talking about around your creativity. There's never been anything wrong with that. It's the same thing as putting on a costume before you hit the stage, or putting a mask on before you hit the stage. Nothing wrong with building that persona. But I definitely think that his teachings, the things that his mother had him involved in, because she was involved in it, shaped a lot of who he. It shaped the backbone core of who he is. And then being in Zone 6 definitely probably taught him a lot about boyhood and manhood. So I think they're both equally potent teachers. So that to me is what builds the validity of the person. You know, it's not because they're born somewhere else. Like there's nothing wrong with being born somewhere else because I can basically sit here and show you that 80% of hip hop, the people in hip hop, are not Americans. Their families are most likely West Indian. I think it's something to that. I think it's something to being of a different country or having a nationality and being able to come into this music thing. I think it's something to that because we can go all the way back into some of the classic hip hop, some of the classic rappers, some of the classic MCs, and a lot of these people have lineage ties to either Africa or somewhere or some West Indian country. I'm seeing that. Like it is. I mean, I'm talking about people that we have known and loved forever. You know what I'm saying? Like they have, parents. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Q-Tip. These fucking folks are from Grenada. They're from, no, St. Croix. Was it St. Croix? I think it Martin. It's one of these. I keep wanting to say it's a place. It's a French. It's a French Black Island, but I want to say it's Grenada. I think it's Grenada. And it's LL Cool J. That's the saint. I forget what the country is that his grandma was from. But I find that very, very, very interesting. Or it's either Jamaican or it's something that you know what I'm saying. I find that very, very, very interesting, and I think it's something to that. And I'm actually planning to explore it. I just got to figure out how I want to explore it, what I want to do with it. But I think it's something significant that most of the successful rappers are not American. So this is why my argument is what it is. Because if we're going to put forth this argument, then I would probably say 80% of the MCs that you know and love will have to be deported also. Simply because they have family members or they have an origin in some other country other than America. So I think it's a slippery slope and a fucked up game that you're trying to play, and it's not gonna fly because then we're gonna have to look at transforming everything for that for just that thought process. So I think well, I'll say one thing. Little shorty over here, she mad as hell. She was not trying to take that picture. Shout, shout over here, upset. She on the edge. She's like, "Well, I ain't got to stand over here and take this picture. I don't want to take this picture. I want to go over there on the swings." I was like, "I want to swing." She's like, "Come on, girl, let's take the picture. It's just gonna be real quick." See, it's like you could tell. Look, you could tell the three of her children and then the three of the other ladies, right? You can obviously see that. It's pretty blatant here. Okay? And then you got young 21, 21, 21, 21 right there. Right up in the joint. But I ain't mad. This just basically shows that he ain't no run of the mill type of dude. And also something very interesting is that his he has stated he is Nephi. That is his spiritual practice. His Nephi. He has quite a few, not quite a few. He has a couple of videos where he talks about rituals and different things that he partakes in from a more spirituality perspective. Okay, exactly. She like, hurry up, take a picture. Yeah. She like, hurry up and take the picture. Okay. Right. Yeah, so this is probably gonna take about 2 hours to switch the screen up again. I already took the thing picture of. He's what? I don't know. What did I just say? What did I just say? What? Oh, some people say Ife, some people say Ifa. Yoruba, basically. Practitioner. I heard him mention it in a couple of videos, a couple of interviews. Okay. Did you hear me? Some people pronounce it Ifa, some people pronounce it Ifi. But it's a Yoruba practice. You know, where you find the Ogun, Yemaya, Oshun, excuse me, the Oshuns and deities of that nature. Actually, it's the same practice that Beyonce practiced. Yeah, same shit Beyonce on. If you didn't know, but you know that would make sense because they were saying his mom is from the island of Dominique. That is a French influenced island. So that spiritual practice probably would have been prevalent, somewhat close to looking like voodoo, but not. This is a different set of practices and different sets of deities that you're dealing with and symbologies. But it kind of looked the same in some of the elements and what they do. Because it's essentially like I said, it's a French. It's a French influence, and we all know that the Haitian voodoo is a French and Spanish influence. That's how we get the Creole. Mixed in with us. We get the Creole shit. Yeah. No, that's his practice because he was talking about he is a practitioner. He does his offerings and everything every single day. Right? He does not miss. Like basically that showed me that he was devout in his practice. Either either the ancestors wanted him to handle his business, so they put him in this scenario, or he slipped up on his offerings and missed a day. Boom. Because he be lying to y'all. Mm-mm. Mm. She is engulfed in magic, especially now as she get older. Ooh, I see it all up and through her. I see it all up and through her. I recognize the signs. Your mama is a Creole, y'all. My mama is Creole. Are you forgetting that? Let me one up and one more. Jay-Z is Haitian. Did y'all know that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, a lot going on right now. I don't think all of it is negative. I don't think all of it is on the upside down. Only people that are unaware will say it's on the upside down. People that are unaware will say that it's negative without knowing anything about it, without having practiced it themselves. Only the ignorant will call something a name without having looked into it themselves. Only the ignorant roll like that. When we know better, we do better. When we know better, we do better. All right. Let's see. I gotta take a quick break real quick. I'm gonna let's see. What I got over here. They're going ahead. Play a little song real quick. And I should be moving so damn weird over here sometimes.
Pass that, say pass that, pass that split, baby, pass that, bring that weed, baby, bring that, pass that, baby, pass that.
Give me that green light, give me that green light. Give me that green light, give me that green light.
Once upon a time, not long time ago, I lived in a go and I sold mad dope. I never went astray and I stayed mad focused. In the future, I knew I wrote this. Precognition, keys in ignition, El Dorado, hold by the boatload. Fire from Navajo, broken Colorado. Get an avocado, voices the cop though. Look down my nose and I'm sucking back in. All these rappers talking about juice and gin, but I'm sick with the verbs and I'm illy with the pen. Step about the booth and I disappear, cause I'm aesthetic, athletic, balletic, cosmetic, magnetic, phonetic, poetic, prophetic, genetic, energetic, theoretic, anticipatic, biogenetic, cybergenetic, anesthetic, unapologetic. Pass that split, baby, pass that weed. Bring that weed, baby, bring that weed.
Let me use it. Green light.
Pass that spring,
That
baby,
weed.
alcohol in herself, only orders of an infinite high degree. There is no disorder, you with a daughter coming through, you got peace. My family tree, destiny was meant for me. Sipping champagne on the beach, back of the bus, driving customers in the bus, drinking sangria, and I sang 216 in the go show, folk show, oh show. Pass that, bring that weed, bring that weed, baby, bring that weed. Pass that, baby, pass that. Give me that green light, give me that green light. Pass that, baby, pass that. Bring that weed, baby, bring that weed. Pass that, bring that weed. Bring that weed.
Transfer complete.
Let me hear you sing. Green light. Pass that, baby, pass that.
shit. Here come Debo. Give me your stuff.
Shit. Known for jacking the nigga. That's all he do. Damn.
All right. I think I'm going to end this up. Get out of here for the evening. All right. Yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of the week. I'm glad that you guys could join me.
traditions passed down become terrible renditions played out over and over. Repeat this 4 times, then go back once more. Press rewind. Reset on life in order to be born anew. Have you forgotten from whence you came? The forever forgotten, unable to remember his, her name. May I spark a membrane, carefully insert the truth. May it reside on your pineal plane. Decalcified and energized, we began to recall fragments of the forever forgotten. Hidden behind brilliantly designed corridors. From sleep we awaken to understand we are more. We are But with responsibility, it's never too late to get it right, man. Let's go and get outside, babe. Go ahead and point the road. Somebody tell me which way to go. Won't you tell me the way to go? We need some help, please. We need some help out the road. The more I am, the more you are, the more we are free. One more time. The more I am, the more you are, the more we are free.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.